So you want the best food in the neighborhood and you want the safest property from a deer point of view.
And we get a bunch of questions from guys who are hunting smaller properties like that. We'll just say sub 100 acres. A lot of them are sub 20 acres. And they'll ask, what can I do to see more deer on the property? And what can I do to have bigger deer on the property? And I feel like you've kind of already answered those questions, but I just wanted to touch on it specifically.
Yeah. So you want the best food in the neighborhood and you want the safest property from a deer point of view. If the day's not right, if you're limited to 20 acres and the day's not right, doggone it, you just aren't hunting, or you're hunting real close to the yard. That's critical for smaller properties. And you cannot be alerting deer because deer have memory. I call that observation hunting. I'm hunting where I can see a long ways, but there's no chance I'm gonna alert deer. I'm just trying to gain information. We do that on my property now. We have a larger property, and if the conditions are just horrible, and man, I got time, I just wanna be out in the woods, then I'll go somewhere where I do not expect to see a deer and I'm hunting with my binos way more than I am with my weapon. I'm just trying to get information.
Yeah, I had a guy the other day actually who I was responding to, and he had, I think it was 15 acres, and he sent me the map of it, how it lays out. And I mean, there just like really wasn't a lot to work with, but he was saying he had one stand that they really hunted. And he's like, what could I do to do this or that? And I was like, man, he was close to a big national forest. I was like, I'd go find you some spots in the national forest, and when you want to stretch your legs, when that stand when it's not right for that stand, I would go hunt that.
Yeah.
And leave that for the prime time. And like, I guess you really just have to go off what the property lends you. I mean,
yes,
because there's some properties that just aren't, going back to the stand conversation, you're just not going to have a lot of opportunities on some properties.
That's right. And you have to be realistic for the neighborhood you're in. You can make changes. We would have not had the progress. We wouldn't have made the progress we've made on a lot smaller, an 80-acre property. We just couldn't have enough impact on the neighborhood. We don't win them all. My neighbors send me pictures of really nice bucks they harvest. You don't win them all, which is fine. But you got to be realistic, and we have that all the time. When people ask, 10 acres, or hey man, I want to kill 2 Bennet Crockett's this year. I'm like, well, I hope you draw Iowa, because they ain't happening on that 10 acres most likely. So and I think it's real important that if your goals are unrealistic, you're not going to be a happy hunter. You're just not. That's no way to live. So have realistic goals. My goals when I'm hunting with buddies on public land are way different than here. I'm just having a good time. Hope we get some shots in on something that's legal, have some fun. There's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, I think we went too far the other way. I believe there's too much big buck mania. And maybe I was part of the problem early on in my career, I don't know. But hunting needs to be about the enjoyment and providing high quality protein for our family. Really.